Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market report for Monday, June 4th, 2018. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. The main thing I'm watching right now is how is price going to respond above the previous month's high of 27.41. That is a very important level. 27.41.75 to be exact is the key level. That's right where we're trading at this very moment. And we've had this kind of expanding range going on here. We've recently bounced. We just pushed just above that high. Not really a great rejection, but what I'm watching here is to see how does price respond above here. Because if we cannot maintain acceptance above this previous high, then we will easily come back to the previous close between 27.06 and 27.07 half. And then if you're going to reject the previous month's high, you tend to go to the previous month's midpoint at the very least. That would take out the recent pivot high and would keep us right in line with this expanding range. So that's what we're looking for here early on. We're going to see how this plays out up here. If we can't really find our footing above 27.41s, then the 1 to 3 day move would be about here. The 5 to 7 day move would be about to right here. And then today you could easily perhaps get 27.21s to the downside, and that's again if the rejection starts to play out as intended. Otherwise, if it continues to hold and trade above 27.41s, it could turn into a day where it just continues to quietly drift higher above that zone. So that's really the pivot, and we're right there right now. So we'll continue to watch to see how it plays out. If we take a look at the NQ, very similar price action over here, where we had price push right through that recent resistance. We went well through it the previous Friday here, and you can see a stop run day ensued. Big time stop run day there. Now the day after a stop run day can tend to be a smaller day, more of a digestion day, but one thing to watch for is how does price respond to the previous session's high. If there's a strong rejection of prices above Friday's high, we could be looking at a day trade back to the previous session's midpoint. So we could be looking at a move back toward about 70.33 if prices cannot maintain acceptance above 70.90. Right now we're above 7100, so it looks okay at the moment, but at any point in time we could see this thing build out a strong little box up here, fail to hold, and that could drive prices right down. Now that's the 1 day move. Now if we do fail to hold overall above the previous month's high price, then at that point we could be looking at more of a pullback to start the month, perhaps into the pivot range. But for right now, the NQ has been a leader. It has been very, very bullish, so this counter fade right here has to be well qualified. So continue to watch the previous session's high for a shot at perhaps a fade back to the mid. If we take a look here at crude oil, now crude oil has failed to hold the key level here, which was basically the 66.20s to 66.50 zone. Failed to hold it on Friday. Right now there is a neat little box that's forming just below Friday's low. So in the intraday time frame, a small little box is formed just below the previous session's low, and that opens up the potential for a squeeze play, a bear trap and squeeze play. So back above the 65.50s would open up a squeeze back to 66.10, and then a shot to continue onward to about 66.43. So those are the two upside targets here to watch for an intraday squeeze. And if that continues to play out as intended here, if we do see that squeeze play out, that could spark a larger squeeze again back to our original swing target of 69.35. So we've just taken out the recent low, and again this is the best spot to watch for a trap, because again that would lead to a move back to the mid in most cases. So again, that's what I'll continue to watch for here, is how does price respond to the 65.50s. A squeeze back above that zone opens up 66.10 and 66.43 for the day. So that's what we'll be watching for here in the room. If we take a look here at gold, You'll notice gold continues to hold the 1295s. That's very, very important. 1295s right here. That's been kind of the level between bulls and bears. This pullback here was defended on Friday, being defended again here today, and so far it looks quite bullish, and could be the what sparks this thing back to at least retest recent highs at around 1310, and then perhaps through those highs into 1317 and 1326s. So those are the next two major upside targets to watch for here. You can see the 2620 right there. That's the previous high for the month, and right now holding the 1295s here could squeeze prices back above the previous month's close, which could open up a move into that target with 1317 as a nice scaling point along the way, and 1310 as well. So continue to watch for strength off 1295s. If that level continues to hold and we start to see a push above the previous month's close, that could start a move back toward these upper targets. So we'll keep an eye on that. Any failure to hold 1295s could start to exhaust these bulls, and that's when we see a dump to new lows. So that's the main pivot to watch for the week. All right, that is it for now. Let's see how this plays out heading into the new week of trading. Good luck and trade well.